Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you all to this webinar this morning. We're going to have lots of great information, so we're going to go ahead and jump right in. My name is Jana Adams, and I am a training coordinator on the California Transition Assistance Program team here at Calvet, and we're so excited that you guys have joined us this morning. Today, we're going to go over lots of really great information, and a lot of this information you're going to be able to find on our Calvet website under the CalTAP banner. We'll show you how to find all of this information, as well as, let me grab my resource book here. You should have received a copy of this last night. We'll go over some of that later, but a lot of the information can be found in your resource book as well. So I want to go over just a couple quick Calvet updates. Right now, we are having so many great webinars right now since we can't go to places in person, and we are able to record much of these webinars and put them right on our website. So if you know someone that wasn't able to attend today, or if you want to rewatch the webinar to get more information, you're able to go right on our website and you're able to find that. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do that. Jump on here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the Calvet website. You can just Google Calvet. When it comes up, you'll see the CalTAP banner right over here under the laptop, and you click on that, and you'll scroll down and you'll see the How Do I Find More? And right here where there's a link you can click on webinars, you click on that and it'll show you all of our upcoming webinars as well as the recorded webinars that we have on our website as well. So just a couple quick housekeeping things to go over real quick before we get started. We ask that you keep your the mute function on. That way it has less distractions for those that are talking. And then also we ask that you keep your video off, and this is going to help with the bandwidth. That way we can keep going from slide to slide without any interruption. The agenda you should have received in a pre-packet email last night. That's going to tell you all of the topics that we're going to cover today, as well as the PDF resource book. You should have received that as well. This is basically like gold. It's going to have all of your benefit information. It's going to have, just lots of stuff, lots of all of the just policies and what you can qualify for. So lots of stuff. All of it can also be found on our website as well. And you also would have received a link map. This is the local interagency network coordinator map. This is going to show you which link is associated with the county that you're in. We actually have a special treat today. We've got one of our links, Annette, here with us, and she is going to let you know everything she does on a daily basis and how the links can support all of our veterans. At the end of this webinar, we will have a virtual question answer panel. So if you have any questions throughout, please don't hesitate to ask. We want participation. There's a chat function. You should have received instructions for that as well. You just hover over either the top of your screen or the bottom of your screen, and there will be an option to click on the chat function, and then you're going to want to ask questions to CalTAP questions. Those questions will either get routed to the person that can answer them, our subject matter experts, or if you have questions at the very end, you can always raise your hand and we'll call on you and have you also speak out loud to ask them as well. So, and these are the Zoom instructions I just told you about that you received last night. Again, you just click on this chat function and you can ask questions to CalTAP questions. All right, so as I said, my name is Jana. I'm one of our CalTAP coordinators. I'd like to go over just our basic overview of some benefits to just plant some seeds and make sure you guys know what some of your benefits are that you qualify for. So let's go ahead and get going. So what is the CalTAP program? Now, our goal of the CalTAP program is to connect all veterans, service members, and their families to the benefits that they have earned through their military service. And the way that we do this is by giving you guys this information through 4 pathways. These pathways are core curriculum, education, employment, and entrepreneurship. So the way you find this, like I said, you can just Google Calvet. Calvet should be one of the first options that comes up every time. You click on it, and again, you'll see this website. We went over this just a little bit ago, but this is what you'll see. Now, if you scroll all the way down when you see this website, you're going to come to, you're going to be able to find our resource book that's right online. And it is right here. You just click on that. And this is the view that you'll find for the resource book. Like I said, it is like gold. It has all of your benefits, so much great information in there. Okay, so what's next? Now, once you've clicked and you found your book, you can also go right to CalTAP. And this is what you'll find. Like I said, we have the 4 pathways that we teach our information from, as well as a service provider's pathway. This is going to be more information. If you know any service providers out there, they can go ahead, you can refer them to this. So how can you use CalTAP online? Well, once you're on our website, you can click on one of the pathways. We're going to click on Core Curriculum Pathway. And this is the view that you'll find. Lots of modules filled with tons of information, maybe links to other websites, or maybe links to different forms you need to fill out. So lots of really great information. So we're going to go ahead and click on the Module 5, California Benefits. And this is what you'll see. If you're looking for a particular benefit and you know what the benefit is that you're looking for, you can click on it, one here. We're going to go ahead and click on the benefits overview. That way we can see that view and you guys can see what's going on. Let's see here. There we go. This is the view that you're going to see. Okay, so the big question is always, what are my California benefits? So let's go over just some basic benefit information. Like I said, all of this information can be found in the resource book or online. Looks like my computer's not working. Oh, here we go. So as I said, you can find them in the resource book here. This is what the layout looks like in the resource book. So let's jump right in. One of the biggest questions we get is our college tuition fee waiver. Now, what the college tuition fee waiver does is this waives tuition and fees at any state-funded school. So this is going to include all California community colleges, your CSUs, and your UCs. This is going to take you from your general education all the way through up to your doctorate if you choose. And by being able to waive this tuition fees, this is going to save our veterans, obviously, just so much money per year. So there are also programs through the DMV, through the DMV that veterans can utilize. You are able to get a motor vehicle registration fee waiver if you can qualify for that. And all of the requirements are either online or in the resource book. There's a program that any California motorist can honor our veterans by ordering and honoring veterans license plates. And all the information regarding all the different insignias and all the costs or fees associated with that is right on our website or in the resource book. And then what's really great is you can actually get the veteran designation written right on your driver's license. This is great if you're going to different places and you're always asking for a discount, which you should be doing as a veteran. They're going to ask you, well, do you have your 214 with you? And you can say, no, but I've got my license and it says veteran on there. So the way to do that is you just go to our website. You'll see the California Veteran Driver's License right there. You click on that and it'll go right to the form that you need to fill out and all the information on that. So there are lots of benefits if you enjoy outdoor activities, which I do, so this is a really great one. Disabled veterans may be eligible to receive a fishing and hunting license at a reduced annual fee. And also, depending on your disability rating, you may be eligible to receive a state parks pass without any fees at all, which is so great. So I just recommend checking the requirements either online or in the resource book for that. Calvet also offers some tax programs as well. So the first benefit provides a property tax exemption for the home of a disabled veteran or an unmarried spouse of a deceased disabled veteran. There's also a business license and tax and fee exemptions for honorably discharged veterans. And there's also a disabled veteran business enterprise program for veterans who want to have their own business and sell goods to the state of California. Calvet has a home loan program that is just fantastic. If you are interested at all in buying a house either now or in the future, please do yourself a favor and at least look into this program. It's different than the VA program. It is separate. They can be used together. There's lots and lots of information online. Or if you have further questions, please reach out to us. We can give you a contact. His name is Brad. He works at Calvet. He is amazing. He actually does speak about the Calvet loans on many of our presentations. He couldn't be here today, but he is willing to answer and help you out with any questions you have. So just reach out to us. So the Women's Veterans Program at Calvet provides information, advocacy, outreach, and support to women veterans and their families. This program also partners with the California Women's Veteran Leadership Council, and this is basically a statewide council where women can discuss all kinds of issues, what's going on in their counties, and just share information about what's going on. There's a roster that you can sign up for on this. You just go to our Calvet website, and you'll be able to just click on the Women's Veteran roster page, and you can sign up with your email address so you can get more information. There's also a minority veteran program, and this program is also going to provide information, advocacy, outreach, and support to California's minority veterans and their families. This program also helps to provide unnaturalized veterans in California with citizenship and naturalization services. Like the Women Veteran Program, there is also a roster that you can sign up for. I highly recommend doing. That way you can get more information. Just the same as the Women's Veterans, you just go online and you'd be able to, you'd be able to click right on the website to sign up for that. Okay, so there are 8 veterans homes scattered all over California. You can see all the different locations right there on the screen. But these homes offer 6 different levels of care for the veterans. It's going to range anywhere from independent living to memory care, assisted living, and also skilled nursing care. Beyond the 9, I believe there's 9 national cemeteries in California, there are also 3 state cemeteries. There is one on the coast in Seaside, up north in Redding, and then one in Yountville, a little bit more centrally located. Now, all the requirements and eligibility is located right on our website or in the resource book. And also, I would definitely want to look into that because sometimes there could be wait lists, things like that. So just look into the requirements, and I'm going to show you where some of this information is. When you go to our website and you click on the cemeteries and burials, you'll see all the requirements listed right here. Listed right here in those 5 options. Okay, so lastly, I would just like to go over just a few common veteran websites. I'm sure all of you have already seen these and visited them already, but in case you haven't, here they are. Now, the first one is going to be va.gov. I'm sure we all have seen that website. This website is going to help you access and manage a lot of your benefits in healthcare. It's a great website, lots of things you can click on, as you can see. So just take the time and go there and search around. As you can see, you can click on all the different stuff here. So the next one is eBenefits. So ebenefits.va.gov. And as you can see here, you can do lots of things as well. This website is actually the result of a collaboration between the VA and the Department of Defense. This is where you're going to be able to just manage different aspects of your healthcare. You know, it looks like you can see prescription refills, VA appointments, different things like that. And then lastly, this last website I want to show you is My Health eVet. So it's myhealth.va.gov. Again, just another incredible website with lots of really great information that you can access. So here's my information at Calvet. There's my website. There's our 800 number. This 800 number is either on the last page of your PDF of the resource book or on the very back of the resource book if you have one live. Please don't hesitate to call us at any time. Currently, right now, when you call the 800 number, you're going to get one of our local interagency network coordinators, or our links. They're going to be answering the phones, and they will either give you the answer you need or they'll route you to someone who can. And speaking of our links, we have a special treat, as I said earlier. Annette is here with us, and I'm going to go ahead and have her take over, and she's going to let you know what she does every day.
Good morning, everyone. I am the local interagency network coordinator. That's a mouthful. We're referred to as links. So actually I'm a field rep for the counties that I cover. On the next slide, you'll see that Calvet has divided the state into 8 regions. Each color represents a region and a corresponding link. So there are 8 of us in the state of California. I'm the one in the center. I'm the Central Valley Link. I cover Stanislaus and Kern counties, representing about 144,000 veterans. And we carry on the Calvet mission of outreach. We work with our community partners so that we become subject matter experts in the areas. We work with current and prior military service members and their families. And we work with federal, state, county, and local community agencies to ensure that we build a network of information and resources that we can provide to the veterans that we serve. Next slide, please. So we do outreach to service members, veterans, and their families. We want to make sure that they get that the word gets out. And that this is a real mission for me as well, because in my background, I am a United States Army veteran with a service-connected disability. I separated in 1978. I used my GI Bill and I used my VA home loan. But I didn't know until 11 years ago when I started working for the state of California that I could file for compensation for injuries during the military, or that I could still enroll in VA healthcare. I want to get the word out to get you connected to your benefits. And we make referrals and work directly with established provider networks, our collaboratives that we work with very closely. We still are working with them, even though it's more in reach, and we're doing Zoom meetings to stay in touch with our partners. And we also assist with local emergencies, which we might be doing real soon. In the past, when there were the forest fires a couple of years ago, several of my colleagues were deployed to those areas to assist veterans, whether they needed paperwork, whether they needed food and shelter. If they had a Calvet home loan, they were going to assist them with the paperwork. Right now we have a huge fire in Shaver, not far from here. Our air quality is terrible. So I know the Red Cross is set up, and our local some of our local agencies are assisting. But we're also, as Jenna mentioned, is that we are that 1-800 number that you call is being outsourced to us 8 links. And so it doesn't matter whether I get a call from San Francisco or Klamath Falls or LA, I'm able to assist them by the references that I know, or by actually contacting the link in their county and relying on their resource information. And as a team, we all work very closely together to ensure that we get the correct answer for our veterans. And then we provide leadership and advocacy to local communities. So we're always staying in touch. We're letting them know about the benefits, but also any changes to benefits, any additions to benefits. We stay very close in touch with our community partners. Next slide, please. And so some of the community partners that we work very, very closely with, I call these people the boots on the ground because they get the job done. They're out there every day in the trenches. So for employment and training, we work very closely with the Employment Development Department, and they have dedicated staff that works with veterans to assist them with job training, referrals to employment, resume writing, interview skills. They're available on a call-in basis, and most of these agencies that I'm referring to right now are telecommuting, just like we are in Sacramento at Calvet. But if you call and make an appointment, you could maybe be able to come in and use their facilities. The Employment Development Department is located in the America's Job Centers of California, the AJCCs. They're co-located. And the AJCCs do have the facilities that you can call in if you want to use their computers, if you need to do your resume, do job searches. If you can file for unemployment, disability, or paid family leave. And if you are on unemployment, they can the AJCCs can also inform you about training opportunities that might be available to you at no cost while you're collecting your unemployment benefits. Call them. Many times you may get an answering machine, but leave a message and they'll get back to you. For California state benefits, I mean, that's what we're all about. Calvet is California state benefits. We're want to make sure that you have the information that you need and are aware of it. And it's the county veteran service offices. These are the administrators, if you will, of the benefits. So if you need paperwork for DMV or pay for the college tuition fee waiver, when you want to get a driver's license, a veteran on your driver's license, they are still conducting business, but in an unusual way. So call, and many of them, once again, their lobbies are closed, but if you call them, they can set up an appointment with you, and they're doing one-on-one meetings with individuals on a selected basis, but they're still able to deliver the services that California has to offer you. And then when it comes to healthcare, VA medical centers and clinics and the vet centers, they're seeing patients on an urgent or critical care need. A lot of the appointments they're doing are via telehealth, which is marvelous. I've had a couple of appointments that way. I order my meds through the My Healthy Vet, and they show up in my mailbox a few days later. If you want to find out if you're eligible, they're not taking walk-ins as far as eligibility, but you can either go online and fill out an application, or you can call them and they can do that over the phone for you. And then the vet centers, they do a triage outside their centers. They are once again critical care and urgent care, but do not hesitate to contact these agencies if you're having any medical issues that you have. It's very important that we take care of our healthcare during this time. Next slide, please. So if you need to call me for anything, there's my phone number. I'll have it on the resources books. I'm going to be delivering some tomorrow afternoon. It'll have all my contact information. Please feel free to call me about any questions you might have. If I don't have the answer, I will get the answer for you. So thank you very much. Thank you for your service, and have a wonderful morning.
Wonderful. Thank you, Annette, and thank you for letting us know everything you guys do. Our links are such a crucial part of helping get information and finding resources, so please utilize them. That's what they're here for. Okay, so next up, we have one of our CalTAP team members, Jennifer, coming on, and she's going to give you some really great educational information. So Jennifer, whenever you're ready.
Hello, everyone. I want to start off by saying thank you for your service and congratulations on your decision to continue education. Just a little bit about me. I'm a veteran myself. My father served 20 years, so I'm a military brat. My husband is active duty, and so is my son, who just turned 18 the other day. So I can say I've been in your shoes and understand the hardships that you have all had to endure to ensure our country's freedom. So again, I say thank you for your service and serving your country, supporting the United States Armed Forces. All right, so next slide. So I'm going to be going over education benefits, and to find these benefits and find out more, because I'm going to give you quite a bit of information, I'm going to give you the tools so that if you can think of anything after this, or if you want to spread the word to other people, you'll know where to go. So let's go to www.calvet.ca.gov, or you can just Google that. Next slide. And then you're going to go to CalTAP right there. Next slide. So from there, you'll see our different pathways. We have core curriculum, which we went over earlier, Jana went over earlier. We have employment, entrepreneurship, and service providers pathways. I'm going to be going over education. So we'll just click on that. And from there, you're going to see the different five different modules. And within these modules, you'll see from as basic as selecting a school, helping you select a school, to finding out about your education benefits. And then also you can research more about community colleges, state universities, so on and so forth. This is a very user-friendly website. I highly recommend that you guys just click through. There's quite a few lessons within these programs and links to other resources. Next slide. So this is a snapshot of the cost of attendance. As you can see, in state, after you pay for your books and room and board and tuition, it's about $20,000. Out of state is almost $30,000, and that's undergraduate. For graduate, they've got it almost $30,000 and almost $40,000 out of state. Very, very expensive. So we're going to show you tips and tricks and ways that you can save and use your benefits. Next slide. So utilization of your benefits. So in order to get your BA, it's a minimum of 120 credits. This doesn't include those prerequisites and remedial classes. So that's additional credits that, are not counted into that. If you enroll full-time, 12 units for the fall and 6 units for the summer, using the Forever GI Bill, it will only cover 116 units total. So to alleviate the stress of those extra credits and that extra cost, we're going to give you some tips. Next slide. So tip 1, take more than 12 units at a time. Next slide. So here, if you take 15 units, it'll still pay the same amount for the full-time student of 12 units, but the GI Bill will cover all of your tuition. It can lead to fulfilling your graduation requirement 1 semester early. So this is kind of an easy way to do it. A lot, it would be a lot of work and stressful, but if it's something you can do, this is an option for you. Next slide. Tip 2, consider certifying at 3/4 time. Next slide. So certifying at 3/4 time could possibly extend the total amount of your months you have available to use from 36 months all the way up to 45 months. BAH would be paid at that 3/4 time, so you won't be getting as much money in, but you're going to have more months to fulfill everything. And then another great possibility is use that California Promise at the community college level. So instead of using your benefits at the community college level, there's other benefits or other avenues for you to get your tuition waived. And that would possibly cover the remaining quarter time. Next slide. Tip 3, participate in a work study. This is a fantastic program. It'll pay state and federal minimum wage to perform VA-related duties. And that could be at VA hospital. It could be at a local county veteran service office. It could be working at the school. If they have a resource center on school campus, it could be working at Calvet. These employers would offer you flexible work schedule because they know that school comes first, and this is to supplement that and offset the cost of attendance. Remember, there's no BAH in between semesters or / quarters. So, for instance, you're not going to get paid during the summer. Your BAH will not be paid during the summer, and it will not be paid for that month in the winter time. So if you participate in work study, that'll help supplement that missing income. Next slide. So this is what the application for the work study looks like. And in order to get this, you can get this online, or you can go to your local county veteran service office, or you can find or you're going to learn more about it from our next presenter. I'm sorry. Yes. Next slide. Sorry about that. Tip 4, withdraw versus fail. Next slide. So withdraw may not affect your GPA whatsoever, but it'll affect your stipend if you don't replace that, that class. F, on the other hand, will affect your stipend if minimum attendance required, but will affect your GPA and the remaining number of, and you will be losing the remaining number of your months for the benefits. So you kind of have to weigh, like, can I afford to drop this class if I want to have a high GPA, or or financially, can I not afford to drop this class, but, you know, for the lower grade. So those are things you're going to have to balance. Next slide. Tip 5, use a veteran resource center. Next slide. So the Veteran Resource Center is a fabulous, amazing, beneficial resource if you have it on your campuses. It's really important that when you go to any of these schools, you seek out to see if they have one of these resource centers. These resource centers are a great place where you can meet other veterans. You can get other resources like study materials. You can use computer lab there. There's quite a few different services for veterans and the veteran dependents there. It's all about the camaraderie, and sometimes if you're able to have a place where you feel that you are welcome and that you don't feel alone and you are with people that relate to you, it can provide a lot of success to your education. So this is a great place to just relax, meet new people, study, get more resources, and they also have tools and such for you guys there. Next slide. So I went through quite a bit of information. This is my contact information. This is also the CalVet number. You can call this number, and any one of us training coordinators, or right now the links are answering those phones, very, very knowledgeable, and they'd be able to direct you in the right direction to your resources. And you can email me at any time also. Again, I want to stress our website. It's www.calvet.ca.gov. Very user-friendly, and just go to CalTAP, and you can. It's a perfect portal for lots of information. Thank you so much for having me here.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jennifer. That was really great information. And like she said, I know it's information overload, but again, you guys can find this stuff online in the resource book. So moving on to our next presenter, we've got Zeffirino here, and he is here with Veterans Readiness and Employment. He's going to give you a lot of great information. So whenever you are ready, we'll have you get going. Let's make sure he's unmuted. There we go.
Thank you very much for a wonderful introduction. Yes, I am Zeffirino Murillo with the Veterans Readiness and Employment, Chapter 31, previously known as Vocational Rehabilitation and Employment. We have obviously changed our name. What I'd like to talk to you about today is basically the process for individualized path to employment. Next slide, please. So the purpose and intent of the, whoops. Let's go back one slide. There we go. The purpose of the VRE program is to assist service members and veterans with service-connected disabilities succeed in transition through services provided through support back to the civilian workforce or life, at work through services resulting in suitable employment, again through counseling and employment services, on campus through service provided to support education and training, and at home and in the communities through services to maximize living independently. Next slide, please. The eligibility requirements for veterans must have an honorable discharge or other than a dishonorable discharge, must also have a VA service-connected disability rating of 10% or more, or a memorandum rating of 20% or greater. For active duty service members, the expectation is you will again be receiving an honorable discharge or other than a dishonorable discharge, must have obtained a VA memorandum rating of 20% or greater, and must be enrolled in the Integrated Disability Evaluation System, IDES. Next slide, please. So the maximum entitlement is 48 months of voc rehab or veteran readiness services, I should say. The time limit is for service members and veterans is 12 years. So you have 12 years from the time of separation, or from the date that the veteran was first notified by VA of a service-connected disability rating, whichever is the latter. The basic period of eligibility could be extended after a vocational rehabilitation counselor determines that a veteran or service member has a serious employment handicap. Next slide, please. So these are basically the different phases that we go through in the voc rehab process or the veteran readiness process. The first, obviously, is the application, and then enrollment decision. All the services that are provided under each phase are listed there, by the way. The third phase would be the evaluation and planning, and then the track selection. We do have 5 different tracks, and we'll discuss those a little bit more in detail. And the latter part of the services would be employment services, referrals to other employment providers. And once employed, we do a monitoring of at least 60 days to ensure that the veteran will maintain and retain employment for the foreseeable future. If it's an independent living plan, we make sure that the improved independent living abilities have been implemented. Next slide, please. So to discuss a little bit of the different tracks, the first track, the reemployment track, is designed for service members basically that have been, that are separating from active duty, National Guard and Reserve specifically. And we provide the services necessary to return, to assist the service member to return to the job held prior to entering active duty. Some of the services that may be provided include reemployment rights advice, consultation with your employer, job accommodations and modifications if necessary, coordinating other services with VHA, and of course, case management as necessary. Next slide, please. So the rapid access to employment is also designed to assist the veterans who are who want to get back into the workforce as soon as possible after separating from service and have the necessary skills to be competitive in the labor market and to compete for suitable employment. Now, the service provider under this phase could be short-term training, obviously subsistence allowance during the training, individualized employment services, resume development, job search skills training, interviewing skills preparation, referrals to other resources such as DevOps and levers, Department of Labor, or post-employment follow-up services as well. Next slide, please. The employment through long-term services track is probably the track that we leverage the most. I would say that 70 to 80% of the veterans that come through our program go through this track, if not more. It's basically designed for veterans and service members who need specialized training or skill development in a certain occupation. The service may include identification of apprenticeship programs, internships, on-the-job training, leveraging the VA non-paid work experience program. College vocational technical schools are also covered under this track. If we go the route with the formal training route, we do provide tuition, fees, books, supplies, computers, whatever is necessary to get that veteran and the service member through the program. During this process, we also provide a subsistence allowance and, of course, personalized case management and support and individualized employment services thereafter. Next slide, please. The self-employment track is probably one of the tracks that we use the least and is designed to assist and provide service members and veterans who have the necessary skills and the know-how to start a business. They may have limited access to traditional employment due to their disabling condition. The service provider under this phase include the referral to resources and guidance to assist the development of that self-employment plan, analysis of the business concept to ensure feasibility, training in small business operations, marketing, whatever is necessary, finance, for example, whatever is necessary to get that business going, guidance in obtaining adequate resources to implement the business. So referrals to other resources as well. Next slide, please. For the independent living track, it's designed for service members or veterans who, because of their disabling condition, are unable to pursue a vocational goal or seek employment. And the services provided under this particular track include the independent living skills training, acquiring assistive technology if necessary, assisting with gaining increased access to community resources, helping in acquiring volunteer positions if that's a desired goal, home adaptation to improve independence in daily activities, daily living, and of course we leverage the use of EHA, our partners, in this process as well. Next slide, please. So we're often asked if the GI Bill is the same as the RNE, and the answer is no. The GI Bill is basically an education program, as you heard earlier, with the voc rehab or veteran employment program. Both of the tracks are basically geared towards employment. The E in VRNE stands for the program's mission to assist service members and veterans with obtaining and maintaining suitable employment. So employment is the ultimate goal for VRNE. Next slide, please. So the focus, let's just go through the slide. Other employment service may include referral to other employment resources, as mentioned earlier. They're listed below. The Department of Labor, which includes the DVOPs and the levers, and of course to coordinate other resources, veterans and employers through eBenefits and va.gov. Next slide, please. So to apply for services, the best way, my recommendation is through eBenefits. If you already have an account, just log into your eBenefits account and submit the VA form 28-1900. If you would rather do the snail mail or hand delivery, you can print out the VA form 1900 and deliver it or mail it to your nearest VA regional office. The link below provides the list of the 56 regional offices throughout the US. You basically just select the closest one to you, to your location. But if you want to expedite the response process, definitely eBenefits or the online application process is your best bet. Next slide, please. So if you need more information, we do have our 800 number on the screen. We also have a couple of links below. Again, one of which is the eBenefits. Please reach out to us and let us know if you have any questions, concerns, or need any guidance with the application process. Next slide. Voila.
Voila is right. Well, thank you so much, Zeffirino. Gosh, that was such great information. And again, if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Right now, we want to go ahead and get going with that question and answer panel. And while we're getting together some of the questions, I'm having Jennifer check that right now. We also want to let you guys know, we had talked about earlier that we are starting to record some of these webinars that we're having on a weekly, monthly basis. And if you look on our website, you'll find this information. But here are some of our upcoming webinars that are going to be happening, as you can see. So again, this information is listed right on the website, and you can always call us or email us if you have questions about it. Now for the questions. Again, here is everybody that spoke today, myself and Jennifer, Annette, and Zeffirino. This is all of our contact information. And let's see. It doesn't really look like there's any questions. If those of you if you have a question, you can always use the hand raise function and we can unmute you, but it doesn't look like there's any questions right now. So I'll give it another minute. If you guys think of anything, later today or have something, please don't hesitate to give us a call. Again, we appreciate you so much for spending your morning with us and hope you got some great takeaways from this. Again, this is our 1-800 number. It's located on the resource book. It looks like we just got a question. Let's see. Does the property tax exemption apply to all veterans? For that information, it's going to depend on a few things. So you're going to want to go ahead and check on our website or in the resource book for all eligibility on that. And then our spouse is eligible for the California fee waiver. Jen, do you want to jump in on that? I want to just make sure I'm not giving the wrong information. I know all of the eligibility, I believe so.
So, I'm sorry.
No.
There's a few different plans for the California tuition fee waiver, and the plan that applies to spouses is Plan A. If the veteran is 100% service-connected disabled. So yes, spouses are eligible, but it's under Plan A. So it's not under Plan B that you can be 0 to 100%.
Yeah. So again, just make sure you're checking that eligibility and the requirements. You could always call us too, and we can go through that stuff with you, or you can call the link or one of the CVSO as well. So it looks like there are no other questions beyond that. So we're going to go ahead and end the webinar then. And again, please reach out to us if you need anything. And thank you so much for spending your morning with us. And we'll actually be jumping on right around 1 o'clock to redo this webinar. So if you have any friends that weren't able to go on this morning, please let us know. That way we can send them the Zoom information. So have a nice day, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you.